The mist hung thick over the Delaware River as Noah approached Fort Delaware, its stone walls rising out of the water like a forgotten relic. The fort had been abandoned for over a century, and the rumors surrounding it were as old as the structure itself. Locals spoke of strange lights, eerie sounds, and the restless spirits of soldiers who had died in the fort's prison during the Civil War. Noah wasn't one buying into the ghost stories, though, but something about the fort's long, tragic history pulled him in. He had to see it for himself. He arrived just before sunset, eager to explore before darkness fully set in. A small boat had ferried him across to the island. As he disembarked, he could already feel the weight of the place pressing down on him. The fort loomed ahead, its stone walls cracked and worn by time, the air around it thick with the scent of decay. Noah's flashlight illuminated the path ahead of him as he stepped closer to the entrance. The massive wooden doors creaked as he pushed them open, revealing the darkness within. The floors groaned beneath his boots as he ventured deeper into the fort, his flashlight beam dancing across the long abandoned barracks, storage rooms, and prison cells. He snapped a few photos, the eerie silence overwhelming him with each click of the shutter. It wasn't long before Noah noticed something unsettling. The air grew colder the further he ventured inside. His breath became visible, hanging in the air like fog. And then, faintly, he heard it, the soft shuffle of footsteps behind him. He spun around, but the corridor was empty, nothing but crumbling walls and faded paint. He stood still for a moment, listening, but the sound of the footsteps was gone. He continued down the hall, passing an old cell that had long been left untouched. As he approached, he noticed the bars. The rusted metal was chipped, but the unmistakable shape of a figure seemed to stand behind them, too still, too quiet. Noah's heart skipped a beat, his flashlight flickered again, and in the brief moment of darkness, the figure seemed to move, its outline becoming clearer in the beam of light. It wasn't a person, though. It was a shape. Featureless and shadowy, a silhouette of something that didn't belong. His breath quickened, panic creeping into his chest. He backed away, his foot catching on something, sending a loud crash through the stillness of the fort. Noah stumbled to his feet, and he turned and ran, the sound of the unseen footsteps echoing in the halls behind him, always just a few steps too close. He didn't stop until he reached the front gate, gasping for air. The boat was waiting for him, and he scrambled aboard, the mist swirling around the island as if trying to swallow him whole. As the boat drifted away from Fort Delaware, Noah cast one final look at the silhouette of the fort, its stone walls looming against the darkened sky.